Let's talk about Pfacebaby and how this young Mexican rapper done got himself in the deep end of LA street politics. Before the music and internet antics, he was known to be from CV 117, but that didn't last long. Word is, he started hood hopping, trying to find where he really fit in, looking for a place to plant his flag. Eventually, he found a home, but by that time, he had already stirred up way too much noise. The drama really kicked off when Pface took to the internet and started dissing Crips and black people, all for clout. He was making wild statements, going live, throwing up signs, and popping off like he had a point to prove. But here's the problem. He wasn't ready for the smoke that came with that kind of talk. This wasn't just rap beef, he was stepping into real street territory, disrespecting whole sets and cultural lines that people don't take lightly. Then he popped up on No Jumper recently and ended up in the same room as Young Ant. Instead of falling back or keeping it chill, he banged on Ant, like he forgot everything he'd been saying online about Crips and black folks. That clip hit the net fast, and the comments went crazy. Everybody was asking the same thing. Why didn't Ant or Munchie B press him? Why they let him slide? Now, me personally, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they didn't see the clips. Maybe they wasn't tapped in enough to know who Lil Dude was. Let's not forget, this kid young, real young. He might not have even been on their radar yet. But now he out there, all over the place, and the streets watching. In this segment, we about to break down what got Pface thrown in the deep end, how he got his feet whooped before for doing too much, and why certain lines can't be crossed, even for internet fame. Truth be told, Pface wasn't cut from the cloth it take to gangbang. That lifestyle, it ain't for everybody, and Lil Dude found that out the hard way. He was getting pressed and beat up left and right, by his own people and others too. The politics, the discipline, the expectations, it all started weighing on him. And one day, he had enough. He said, "I'm out of here," and dipped on the whole hood. But the way he did it? Straight out a movie, or maybe a novella. The young aspiring cholo rapper did the unthinkable. He faked his own death. No cap. He thought he had a master plan to run away and start over fresh. Sorry, Holmes, it don't work like that. This wasn't just a quiet exit. He created a fake Instagram page and even wrote a letter like he was gone for real. It was some next level running from the fade type behavior. And let's be honest, them ass whoopings had to be crucial. You don't go to those lengths unless the pressure got unbearable. This wasn't just about street stuff either. From the way he worded that letter, it sounded like heartbreak and betrayal mixed in one. Some folks say the letter was basically written to his girl, like a last goodbye, telling her don't let nobody take his place, saying how this life he livin' is too much for him every day. That ain't just physical pain, that's emotional wreckage. You could tell he was trying to find peace somewhere, but this ain't the kind of world where you can fake a fade and just vanish. Especially not when cameras on you and the internet keep receipts. That letter felt like a cry for help and a silent exit plan all in one. Problem is, the streets don't forget, and neither does the internet. At first, Lil Dude had a few people fooled. The fake death stunt actually worked for a second. Folks was confused, some even showed concern, but it ain't take long before people started connecting the dots. Once the dust settled, questions came in heavy. Yo, what happened? That note real? You good? But the crazy part? He never responded. He ain't explained nothing. Straight ghosted. Instead of clearing the air, Pface pulled up to the corner store and grabbed a damn buzzball. Yeah, a little green joint to knock the edge off. Nerves must have been shot, brain probably doing laps. From there, he disappeared from the scene for a minute. No new posts, no lives, no drama, silence. Then out of nowhere, boom, he pops back up. New hood, new people, new colors. Just like that. But here's where it gets sticky. Word is, he never got put off his original hood, so the streets started asking, did he really fake his death just to slide into BLP? That's wild if true. From what people say, he only got put onto the first set because he was living around them, not because he really earned it. Just a little dude trying to fit in wherever he could. But once they peeped he wasn't built for it, it was over. Folks said he was a muffin, soft in the center, trying to act hard on the surface. And in LA gang culture, especially as an outsider, you gotta go above and beyond just to stay afloat. Pface wasn't the exception. They pressed him every time they saw him, made him do beer runs by himself. No backup, no homies, just him out there trying to prove he was down. And even then, nobody took him serious. Once Pface got down with BLP, that's when he decided it was time to flip the switch. He started rapping and pushing this new tough guy image like all that goofy stuff never happened. Boo Boo Records CEO, like he was finna build an empire off this new persona. But the problem was, his past ain't just go away. It kept catching up to him every time he stepped outside. See, everybody knew what time it was with P-Face. The streets knew, the internet knew. Hell, even his grandma knew he was a buster. You can't erase those fades, that fake death letter, and all the beer runs. That stuff don't just disappear 'cause you dropped a freestyle. But he tried it anyway. He started doing those hood vlogs, trying to make it look like he was really active in the set, walking around the block like he owned it, when in reality, he was basically a tourist with a camera. Now don't get it twisted, the lil dude's super polite, real respectful. That's why folks say, sit down, P-Face. Not even on no hate, just facts. He's still trying to find himself out here as a young man in these scandalous streets, the city cold, and for someone who jumped in the water before learning to swim, it's gonna take time. He might bump his head a few more times in the process, but eventually, he gonna figure something out. Hopefully before it's too late. After them hood vlogs picked up some traction online, he ended up landing a spot at No Jumper. That's when folks really started paying attention. The comment section went up. People were digging into his past, pulling up old lives, old videos, old dirt. Now the whole internet watching him. Not just the music, but his every move. He put himself in the spotlight. Now he gotta stand in it.
Another like
yo, appreciate you, dog. Sorry,
strong
his interview is coming out. It's gonna change the game.
Just no raggedy hood rat.
All right, Ant, bro. P-Face, the hardest out.
Yup, much you big.
Where you from in Compton?
Yeah, I'm from Eastside Compton.
What hood?
I'm from Compton BLP, Compton Barbaros, probably.
All right, 83rd Street.
That's what's happening, man. Shout out Compton.
Let's keep it real. If he couldn't handle the pressure from the dudes in his own hood, he damn sure can't stand in front of young Ant lil homies. They would have chewed that boy like lunch. Ain't no way they let none of that internet nonsense slide if they had seen what he was saying. This whole image he trying to push, hood vlogs, rapping tough, hanging with certain names, it got cracks in it. Folks in the city know, and the moment somebody really pull his card on cam or in public, it's up. Ain't no coming back from that type of exposure. Now let's talk about the music, 'cause P-Face been working. He got tracks with Lefty Gunplay, Blanco 15, and Tommy Guns, plus some clean production from DJ Flip that really brought his sound together. Most of his visuals hitting 100K views or better, which ain't no small feat for an up-and-coming artist. His biggest track to date? That collab with Tommy Guns, sitting right under 1 million with 900K views. No gimmicks, just numbers. He ended up signing with OTR Records, which gave him more structure to push the music and keep the momentum going. You can tell he was trying to rebrand heavy. New image, better visuals, real features. The whole rollout felt calculated. But even with all that effort, folks still side-eyeing him. If you ask me, this lil cholo wannabe is influenced, if anything. I listened to a few of his joints, and honestly, he sound like he wanna be from a black set. His delivery, the lingo, the cadence. It's all pulled straight from LA Crip culture. Like he grew up watching Banging on Wax videos or old YG tapes and tried to merge it with some barrio flair. That's the part that got the streets talking. He's walking a thin line between trying to represent a side and clearly borrowing another culture to get attention. And when you mix that with his past, the fake death, the gang hopping, the hood vlogs, it starts looking more like performance than reality. So now the real question, how long y'all think this facade gon' last? 'Cause every day he stay in the light, the more likely it is the streets catch up to the character he created. And when they do, it's no filter, no edit, no PR cleanup. Political street views, no fake news.